Howdy, friends. Welcome to day 25 of QuaranTunes. Saturday. Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope you've been having a good weekend so far. Sad news today in the world of popular music. Sad news for me. The great Little Richard died today, age 87. It's difficult to even imagine that he was even still alive today with how much just shit he did back in the day, right? Richard Wayne Penniman. Like, dude, fucking, like, they call him the architect of rock and roll because, like, he pretty much figured all that shit out, you know? It's like Little Richard started a lot of that. Elvis popularized it. Chuck Berry took it to new heights, you know? Everybody loved Little Richard, you know? Obviously, the Beatles and the Rolling Stones just, like, they wanted to be Little Richard. Like, so much of their early records are like heavily influenced by Little Richard. Even Led Zeppelin, to a standpoint, wait, that's not right, to a point, had Little Richard in them. And then, you know, Bob Dylan, like his senior yearbook, like he said he wanted to play in Little Richard's band. Jimi Hendrix actually did play in Little Richard's band. So my dude, Little Richard, is a giant, and it's funny because he's little. He's a little dude. He's like 5 foot nothing, right? Like Kit Harington. Am I right, guys? Heyo, poor Kit. Anyway, dude is a fucking giant in the world of popular music, and you know, instrumental in how we know rock and roll, and you know, really all of pop music today. And as a amateur music historian like myself, this is a devastating loss. And I know, obviously, he wasn't really doing a lot in his later years, but still crazy. I mean, it is nuts to think that he was still alive. He was only 87. He wasn't like totally ancient, you know, just 87. And yet he was around since the 50s. And man, it's just crazy. It's just fucking crazy, really. So today we have a special Little Richard tribute song. Classic, Long Tall Sally is what we're going to do today. Which famously covered by the Beatles, and they played that shit at like Shea Stadium. Classic. This is on what is this on Beatles for Sale? Katie? I don't remember. Katie would know. Katie, tell me, is it on Beatles for Sale? Pretty sure it is. Actually, no, maybe it's not. Maybe it was just a single. Or something. Just a random something. Honestly, I don't remember. I'm sorry. You don't care. None of you care. Only I do. This is bothering me now. This is going to bother me until I am done with this video and I can look it up. But yeah, anyway, the Beatles cover this song. Everybody's covered this song. Everybody loves Little Richard. Tutti Frutti, are you kidding me? A womp bop loo bop a womp bamboo, right? That's fucking great shit. I saw a tribute from like Elton John just a while ago, and he was like, yeah, I was starstruck when I met Little Richard. I wanted to be Little Richard, you know? And I can imagine it. I mean, piano, right? Man, just a bummer to lose such a good guy. Hopefully it wasn't the coronavirus, right? Because goddamn, fuck the Rona, am I right? I don't think it was. I think it was just he was old and whatever. But you never know in this day and age, right? But anyway, yeah. Led Zeppelin, as I mentioned earlier, John Bonham lifted that drum intro from rock and roll, classic drum intro off of, Little Richard's Keep a Knockin' or something like that. You keep a knocking, but you can't come in. You keep a knocking, but you can't. And that was that drum intro to that. And then Led Zeppelin lifted that. God, Little Richard is fucking everywhere, man. You know, the first time I think I remember Little Richard, I was conscious of Little Richard. Back in the day, my sister used to watch a lot of Full House. The original run. Not Fuller House, whatever the fuck. Fuck that shit. The original fucking Full House. I remember Little Richard made an appearance on an episode of Full House one time, and I remember he was doing the woos, you know, and that's the first time I remember ever being aware that there was such a person as Little Richard, and he seemed out of this fucking world, like an alien. dude was an alien, you know? He was crazy, insane. He like, you know, where do you think the Beatles got all the woos? That's all fucking Little Richard, man. Amazing. Just fucking amazing. What a great fucking artist. I'm gonna have to do a deep dive into the Little Richard catalog now and listen to all the oldies, and it's gonna be great for me. Um, but today we're just gonna do one song, and I don't know how great it's gonna sound on the ukulele. I mean, I literally, it's been a busy day, been you know, doing stuff around the house here, but so I literally just pretty much learned this like 15 minutes ago. So we're gonna see how it sounds, right? We're gonna see how it goes. Um, I think I'm at a point now where it's like pretty good, but this is like practically sight reading for all of you musicians out there that love that kind of shit. This is basically me sight reading this, and it's not like I don't know the song. I do, but you know, it's different when you throw in chords and stuff in there too, even if they are relatively simple. But you know, we're gonna give it a shot. Obviously, this is in honor of the great Little Richard. You know, may he rest in peace. And you know, where if this is like Men in Black, he just went home. He went back to his home planet where Elvis is and shit, and Chuck Berry. Those guys are hanging out there. So take a drink of our sponsor water and just get right to it, because no need to mess around. There's not a whole lot to say. You know, God bless the man. And no, we're not playing the Watermelon Uke, because obviously, as I mentioned yesterday, that thing is a piece of junk. But I should try to play it one time for a song. Wouldn't that be funny if I tried to play it and it was just sounded like you'd be like, no, turning this shit off. Terrible. Okay, here we go. Little Richard, Long Tall Sally. Here we go. I'm gonna tell Aunt Mary about Uncle John. He said he had the misery, but he got a lot of fun. Oh, baby. Yeah, baby. Woo, baby. Some fun tonight. Oh, I saw Uncle John with a long tall Sally. He saw Mary coming and he ducked back in the alley. Oh, baby. Yeah, baby. Woo, baby. Some fun tonight. Sally's built pretty sweet. She got everything that Uncle John needs. Oh, baby. Yeah, baby. Ooh, baby. Some fun tonight. Oh, man, this is great. I love this. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Have some fun tonight. Everything's alright. We're gonna have some fun tonight, baby. Some fun tonight. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Have some fun tonight. Everything's alright. We're gonna have some fun tonight, baby. Some fun tonight. And then you play this. Hey, that was pretty fun. That was pretty good. I think I did even better than like the one time I practiced before the video. So thank you all for tuning in today to the late great Little Richard. Rest in peace. May he rest in peace. In power. Rest in power as well. God bless the man. God bless rock and roll. Yeah, long live rock, guys. It's been a fun one. I hope you enjoyed it today. And we'll have something new tomorrow. Maybe it'll be another special guest Sunday. Fingers crossed that my lovely wife will want to do something. Since it is Mother's Day tomorrow here in America, maybe my dear sweet wife will want to play and sing a song with me. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that just be so sweet? I'll work on it. You tell me. You send me messages, comments, put the pressure on her. I mean, don't actually put the pressure on her, but be like very encouraging. Like, come on, girl, you know you want to do it. It's so much fun. Wouldn't that be awesome? Because I do think she had a lot of fun. She really loved all your sweet comments last time about her voice and just her in general and how funny she was. And obviously, I love that woman with all my heart. And it'll be a special celebration tomorrow. Either way, whether she joins me or not, we'll figure out something good to do. So, thank you all for tuning in today. Stay gold, keep the fire, keep it rocking, guys. Love y'all.